Ethan was a taxi driver. He worked long hours. He drove through the city streets. Life was a struggle. He dreamed of a better life. Every day was the same. Pick up passengers, drop them off, repeat. Ethan yearned for more, but hope seemed distant. One day he felt especially down. It was raining hard. The city lights were blurred. Ethan felt lost in the crowd. Suddenly his taxi radio crackled. A nearby pickup request. Ethan sighed and accepted. It had been a long day, and he was looking forward to heading home. But duty called, and he couldn't ignore someone in need of a ride. He drove to the designated spot, navigating through the bustling city streets. The rain was pouring down, making visibility poor and the road slippery. He had to be extra cautious. A young woman stood there, her clothes soaked through. She looked around anxiously, clutching something close to her chest. She held a small child. Both were drenched. They looked desperate. Ethan pulled over, his heart going out to them. The child's cries were barely audible over the sound of the rain. He felt a pang of sympathy. He couldn't imagine what they were going through. The woman looked at him with pleading eyes, her face pale and tired. The woman rushed into the taxi with her child. They were shivering. The child was crying softly, his tiny body trembling from the cold. "Please, sir," the woman pleaded, her voice shaking with urgency and fear. "Take us to the hospital. My child needs help." Her words were filled with desperation, and Ethan knew he had to act quickly. He nodded and started the engine, determined to get them to safety as fast as he could. Ethan's heart melted as he saw the woman and her child standing in the rain, looking lost and scared. He couldn't just drive past them. He saw the fear in her eyes, a fear that spoke of desperation and uncertainty. He decided to help, knowing it was the right thing to do. "Don't worry, ma'am," he said reassuringly, his voice calm and steady. "I'll make sure you and your child get to where you need to go safely." With determination, he started the engine. "I'll get you there as quickly as possible," he promised, his eyes focused on the road ahead. He drove through the pouring rain, the windshield wipers working furiously. He ignored the meter, knowing that some things were more important than money. His only concern was getting them to safety. The storm raged on, but Ethan's resolve was unshaken. The woman, relieved, thanked him profusely as they reached their destination. Her gratitude was palpable, a testament to the kindness he had shown. She had little money, but Ethan refused to take it. "It's okay," he said, waving off her offer. "Just take care of your child." His words were kind and sincere, and the woman could see the genuine concern in his eyes. The woman's eyes welled up with tears, a mix of relief and overwhelming gratitude. She couldn't believe the kindness of this stranger. She couldn't thank him enough, her words tumbling out in a rush of emotion. Thank you so much," she repeated. Ethan felt a warmth inside him, a sense of fulfillment that money could never buy. It was a simple act of kindness, but it meant the world to her. It was a feeling he had forgotten, a reminder of the power of compassion and the impact one person can have on another's life. That night, Ethan couldn't sleep. He kept replaying the day's events. He felt a strange mix of anxiety and hope. Then, his phone rang. It was an unknown number. Ethan hesitated before answering. A calm voice greeted him. The caller introduced himself as Mr. Thompson. He was the father of the woman Ethan had helped earlier. He wanted to express his gratitude. Clear that this invitation was more than just a thank you. It was an opportunity. Ethan was hesitant at first, but agreed. The thought of entering such a grand place made him nervous, but curiosity and a sense of adventure pushed him forward. The next day, he drove to the address. The journey felt surreal, as if he was heading towards a new chapter in his life. The road seemed to stretch endlessly, leading him to his destiny. It was a grand mansion, the kind you only see in movies or read about in books. Its towering presence was both intimidating and awe-inspiring. Ethan felt out of place. His modest upbringing had never prepared him for such opulence. Every corner of the mansion seemed to scream wealth and power. Mr. Thompson greeted him warmly. His genuine smile and firm handshake put Ethan at ease, making him feel welcomed and valued. He explained that his daughter was doing well. The pride in his voice was unmistakable, and Ethan could see the love he had for his family. He offered Ethan a life-changing opportunity. It was more than just a job. It was a chance to be part of something bigger, something meaningful. Mr. Thompson offered Ethan a job, a position that came with responsibilities, but also with immense rewards. He would be the family's personal chauffeur, driving them to their destinations, ensuring their safety, and becoming a trusted member of their household. A comfortable salary, a good life. Ethan's heart soared. This was more than he had ever dreamed of, a chance to build a future he could be proud of. His one act of kindness had changed his destiny. As he stood there, he realized that sometimes life has a way of rewarding those who least expect it.